We got to talk about the October situation because home sales, prices, and everything fell, and it will continue falling. The latest Zillow report isn't really that great. And Zillow essentially is admitting that we're going to be seeing some even more pain in the near future. And guess what? We're seeing a wave of rental concessions, and if you buy a home, they're going to give you some pretty juicy low interest rates, which in my opinion is making a bunch of people buy things they don't really need. I think the home situation right now is really bubbly, it's really weird, and stuff that analysts and economists have never seen before. So check this out. More real estate data shows sellers are incurring more losses than ever before. Sales are down. If you check out this, it's pretty unique because according to Redfin, roughly 6% of all home sales resulted in a loss to the seller. The number has doubled since last year. Now, last year's real estate market wasn't even that great either, but 3% of all home sales sellers had massive losses. Now it's 6%. What about next year? 9%? 10%? And that's what's happening. Because so many people bought homes during the pandemic and so many builders started building. Now you have an oversupply of homes. Like for the first time, I could say for sure that they're building a lot more than we need. And people are just buying it because they feel like high interest rates will be on the market forever and they don't want home prices to go up anymore. So they're willing to double down, scrape together enough cash for a down payment, and go for new construction homes. And as new construction homes are being bought, we're also seeing a lot of secondhand sellers who want to sell their homes, but they can't compete with these other guys because guess what? Big construction companies can offer you much lower rates than you as a second home seller. So guess what? A lot of these sales are resulting in losses. 6%. That's a pretty massive amount considering real estate is supposed to be a very safe and very steady investment where every single year it slowly goes up. But now I feel like things are just getting so bubbly and people are actually accepting some of these losses. And this number, right? This 6% number, if you think it's low, it's going to get even higher. And 6% is very, very troublesome because we're not even going to be adding in the office market, which most of the sales have been losses and enormous losses like 50, 60, 70% off type deals. Check this out. A record building 1/3 of all the homes for sale in the United States are new construction. Absolute unacceptable. This is some really off behavior. This is not normal at all. And the reason why so many people are building new construction homes is because they know that they could get a much lower interest rate from the bank. And you may be asking, how come home construction companies don't just lower the price of the homes, but just keep a high interest rate? Well, they don't really want to get the price of the community down. That's what they're doing. So you have a developer coming in, they build like 100 homes, right? And as they build 100 homes, they could get a very low discount, a very, very good deal on mortgage rates. The bank was like, you know what? We usually do 7.2%, but for you, my friend, we could do 5%. And this is what's happening. This is why so many new construction homes are being sought after by buyers. And many of these homes being for sale are new construction. Never in the United States have we seen this many new construction homes for sale. It's not normal. If somebody tells you it's normal, tell them that's wrong because usually homes for sale are secondhand homes. Very rarely do new construction communities pop on the market. But now everywhere I go to, there's always new construction homes. Sometimes a lot of buyers just skip the secondhand market altogether. They just want to find whoever could offer them the lowest interest rate. No longer are buyers on the market looking for the lower price. They're looking for an interest rate number. That's absurd. And people are just accepting it, and this is what's happening. This is why home prices in suburban neighborhoods are still like $500K, $600K, $700K for a modest house. People don't care. People are just fine with the price. People no longer negotiate for prices. It seems like everyone's just negotiating interest rates. This is what's happening. And only new communities can offer you guys lower interest rates, like Toll Brothers. What I've been hearing is they offer a little over 5%, which is still insanely good if you go to the secondhand market, which is like 7%. And as more of these new construction communities pop on the market, you're going to be seeing a lot more rental listings, right? Oakland, for example, their rents dropped 7.2%, one of the biggest collapses in rental value I've ever seen. And they dropped within just a few months because so many apartment complexes just finished building. For all the renters out there who want to save money, seriously, If your landlord isn't offering concessions, ask. It doesn't hurt at all, right? A lot of the viewers and comments below all said that they have some sort of concession here and there, whether it's waiving the pet fee or a free parking pass or whatever it is. Definitely negotiate as much as possible, because 30% of all the rental listings are offering some sort of concessions, and the most popular concession is if you re-sign with us, we'll give you 2 months free rent. That's insanely good. I mean, the amount of money you could save from just not paying rent for a month or two really makes a lot of difference for a lot of working people. And this is also affecting the real estate market, because people who initially buy 2 or 3 homes for rentals are now facing massive competition. Because at first, everyone's like, oh, I could easily rent out this home. I could charge a lot of money and make a bunch of cash. Well, it's no longer like that anymore. Nowadays, you're going to have to offer some sort of concession. And people are saying that the amount of complexes offer concessions is increasing every single month. 30%, that's not really that high, but we're heading towards 40, 50%. And check this out. The office market isn't any better. Now you also have an even bigger inflow of apartments for rent, because many of these offices are selling for 50% discount. And the Biden administration in several cities are pushing developers to buy cheap office buildings and convert them into apartment complexes. Many developers don't want to do it initially because office buildings are expensive in general. But if I could cop one for 50% off in downtown San Francisco, one of the best districts, yeah, I'll definitely do it. I'll definitely buy this for cheap and then renovate it into like an apartment. And this is what's happening. We're going to be seeing an even bigger flow of rental units coming on the market. If you guys think that rents are going to go up, think again. Rents are already capping off in some of the markets where it's known to not have decreasing rents. Even places like New York, okay, Miami, Las Vegas, super popular destinations. We're not even going to talk about Chicago. We're not talking about San Francisco. We're talking about good cities are offering some of the best incentives for people. And look at this, right? I mean, the amount of these landlords that are just straight up throwing in the white flag is on an all-time high. A lot of these landlords, they need to rent out these homes, no matter the cost. They'll much rather rent it out as cheaply as possible because they can't sell a lot of these homes. Home sales are down, guys. Home sales, especially in the secondary market, it's so hard to sell because your interest rates are going to be very, very high. You just can't compete against these new communities. This is why we're seeing a lot of secondhand homes sell for cheaper prices, trying to lure you in. And this is going to cause a massive headache because once interest rates next year starts cutting, a lot of these people are going to start selling their houses because it's lower interest rates. They can sell it and take out another mortgage or loan and buy 2 houses. That's the whole thing about real estate investing. You're always in debt pretty much. So guess what? We could be seeing some pretty low drastic prices next year when interest rates gets cut, because we'll be seeing a lot more secondhand homes on the market, and new construction communities are being built faster than ever before. We're seeing a 13 to 15 month high. This is a very scary situation in the real estate market. Nobody seems to care, and everyone's just buying these things, these homes and these cars, like if there's no tomorrow. They're just buy every single day at this point.